My name is Eileen Bidwell. I moved to Reno from Seattle 7 years ago and retired from 30 plus years in human services and teaching. One of the jobs that I had for many years was at a shelter for homeless families. With shelter and transitional program. We also ran a 24-hour crisis line. So it was quite intense and quite stressful for a lot of people. But I enjoyed it, and I look back on it, and I think it was probably the right thing to do. So I worked in human services for more than 30 years. And at the same time, I taught community college at 4 community colleges, and I taught mostly human development classes. And one of the classes that I taught for many years, and I really enjoyed teaching, was called Career and Life Planning. The 2-part workshop that we're going to start out with at our place is going to be called Your Life, Your Career, Explore the Possibilities. So we're going to really concentrate on the things we love to do and what sustains us and makes us happy. We're going to identify our learning style, formal learning if you're going to school, informal learning on the job, informal learning in your life. We're just learning every day. And then our values. Values are the foundation for everything we do if we're going to live a full and happy life. If we could have any job that we wanted in the world, just fantasize your ideal job, and we'll look at all the elements of that job and maybe try to integrate some of those elements into the work that we're doing now and the work that we hope to do in the future. One of the important things we're going to do is identify our strengths, our internal innate strengths that we have, the things that we enjoy doing and that we're good at. We enjoy doing, and in order to be happy in your work and in your life, you would have to use these strengths, or you would be happier using these strengths. And we'll all have lots of time to talk. And if anybody's interested in continuing as a group, that would be wonderful, so that we can continue to evolve and as human beings. I've been doing a lot lately that will help me to mentor the mentors, because I took I'm just completing the emergency services and outreach teams training through the Nevada Homeless Alliance. And it's amazing. I mean, a lot of the topics are things that I never got training in when I was working, in the field, and now I'm kind of going backwards. And so this week we did a training on mental health first aid. And I don't know if you know about you get a certificate that makes you a first responder for mental health crises. And so I'm getting my certificate after all these years. I mean, these are things that I did for so many years. I have a master's degree in adult education, which is somewhat related, but I had no preparation for the work that I did. Absolutely no formal education. So I was living in Denver. I got a job at one of the first domestic violence shelters in the country. And I did not do case management to start out with, but I ran a program for employment and education. So I kind of went on from there because it was a small program. It was actually in a big house. And so I went on from there to do advocacy and housing placement and case management. And that was just like learning intensively on the job. So now it's kind of cool going back after being retired for 7 years, going back and learning all this and learning it very up to date, I think in Seattle, we were always learning the latest thinking on all these topics. To actually concentrate, take the time which I never had the time when I was working, because I was always working, going to school, teaching, doing horticultural therapy. I was doing like 7 different things at once, like so many people. And I never actually took the time to really concentrate and reflect on all the stuff that I was doing. And now it's kind of going backwards and doing this. And if I'm walking along the river and I see somebody having a mental health crisis, I now know what to do, which is really important, I think. I mean, it's not like I didn't know before, but now we have more confidence trying to help that person. And we learn all about each of the mental health challenges that, that are pretty common. Some, de-escalation, but also just kind of how to evaluate the situation. And one of the main purposes that I took this program, especially the mental health training, the mental health first aid, was to work with the RISE folks. So I think I'll be more valuable, more successful because I've done this training recently. What do we do? But, we all know that this is not brain surgery. If you have a good heart and you have a personality where you actually enjoy being around people and helping people, you're going to be successful. I'm very pleased that RISE has started a mentorship program. It's a really good form of self-care, I believe, as well. But it is so consistent with the values and beliefs of RISE. And I think it's going to be really successful. So I'm looking forward to meeting all the new mentors.